So when the first women student passed out from TS Rahaman, did you realize it was history in making? How do you feel continuing that legacy today?
We had the first lady student in 2005. The real push started sometime in January 2023. The first batch when they were going on board, it was nostalgic, I cannot tell you. We had to face a lot of issues, a lot of challenges, first from students, then parents, then shipping fraternity, certain companies, then the locals. So it was a mixed bag. The first batch went on board, and when they came back after 7.5 months with no complaints, no negative remarks, I was so happy I cannot tell you.
It was history in making, Capt.
It was history in making.
What makes this institute stand tall even after more than a century?
Training Ship Rahaman has been imparting quality maritime education for the last 116 years. So this was started in 1910. We are the first one to start the firefighting center in India, first one to start GMDSS. Latest, we are the first one to start the firefighting in methanol. Some days back, we were just wanting to calculate how many people we have trained till date. And the figure which came out was close to 110,000 seafarers.
Oh my God.
Have touched the shores of Training Ship Rahaman. So that is the legacy of Training Ship Rahaman.
I belong to a very typical Gujarati family where the merchant navy or being a seafarer was never a career or never an option.
So they were not very convinced about my decision, and it took me almost 3 months to convince them.
3 months.
I just keep persistence in my life, and that is all.
So you are telling me your parents supported you, your father supported you.
Actually, from childhood, it was my dream to sail. I had a dream of being a captain.
So girls are not just making it, they are killing it at TS Rahaman, gentlemen. Namaste and welcome to a very special podcast of Nav Insider, where we bring the voice of sea to the ears of the world. Today's episode is the history in making. It's about courage, breaking barriers, and rewriting what it means to be a seafarer in India. For the first time ever, under the initiative Sagar Mein Samman, TS Rahaman has proudly launched an all-women ratings batch, supported by Director General of Shipping and inspired by the IMO's global campaign for women in maritime. This isn't just training, it's transformation, it's empowerment, it's about opening the oceans for everyone. And where else could this milestone begin other than TS Rahaman, India's oldest and most respected maritime institute. Founded in 1910, this campus has been a lighthouse of Indian maritime education for over a century, shaping generations of seafarers who sail across oceans every day across the world today. But today, this very campus is witnessing something even bigger. Young women from rural India, many on full scholarships, standing tall in their uniforms, ready to take on storms, discipline, responsibility, and the pride of carrying the Indian flag across the seas. They faced family pressures, doubts from society, even their own fears, and yet with determination in their eyes, they said, "Main ship join karungi, no matter what." And to talk about this, we have with us a leader who has been the forefront of shaping maritime education in India, Dr. Captain Ashutosh Apandkar. He is the principal of TS Rahaman, chairman of Board of Studies Nautical Science at Mumbai University, and an executive council member of Indian Maritime University. Let's begin. Sir, TS Rahaman has been the lighthouse of maritime education since 1910. What makes this institute stand tall even after more than a century?
First of all, Captain Dharmesh, I'm very grateful that you are doing this podcast, because right now we are sitting in a marine museum. So you understand we've been having artifacts from last 100 years over in this museum. So we are like a repository of what has happened in shipping. And now you've started a museum sort of itself, which is a repository of all the shipping people, giants. All this information is being stored in your organization and given it to general public. So congratulations for that, for starting this beautiful event.
Thank you, sir.
Coming back to Training Ship Rahaman, Training Ship Rahaman has been imparting quality maritime education from last 116 years. So this was started in 1910. And the owners, Sir Mohammad Seamen Welfare Foundation and Sir Mohammad Yusuf, they started with a very charitable endeavor. This was a charitable endeavor where they wanted that every person, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, and today gender, should be able to afford maritime education. Of course, they had their own ships. So they were replenishing people for their own ships. That's why they established this training ship Rahaman in 1910. The training started here with the advent of Bombay Marine College, which was in Worli, and then shifted over to Nava. They had two training ships, training ship Assam Sailor and training ship Sindbad. So we had ships at that time where the seafarers were trained. So that is how serious they were for the training. And as you are aware that we are the first one to start the firefighting center in India, first one to start GMDSS, and training ship Rahaman has got some flavor of being the first. We are the first one to start the firefighting in methanol.
Yes.
So this has been our journey till date. And some days back, we were just wanting to calculate how many people we have trained till date. And the figure which came out was close to 110,000 seafarers.
Oh my God.
Have touched the shores of training ship Rahaman.
Over 110,000 seafarers.
Yes, so that is the legacy of training ship Rahaman, and we are very proud to be associated with it.
Thank you, Captain. So when the first women student passed out from TS Rahaman, did you realize it was history in making? How do you feel continuing that legacy today?
Technically, we had the first lady student in 2005.
2005.
She was undergoing BSc Nautical Science course. Her name was Jancy, and of course she's sailing. Thereafter many girls came, but these were like tits and bits. One girl, two girl coming in the batch, and that was not that famous for the girls. The real push started sometime in January 2023 that we had this idea that we will go ahead with full women batch. And of course the journey is incredible, but when the first batch passed out and when they went to, so they were all sponsored by Maersk Shipping, and they met the CEO of Maersk Shipping. He had specifically flown from Copenhagen, met them and then gone. And when the girls, the first batch, when they were going on board, it was nostalgic, I cannot tell you, because we had to face a lot of issues, a lot of challenges from parents, first from students, then parents, then shipping fraternity, then certain companies, then the locals. So it was a mixed bag, but we were very sure that we have to use the 50% of our workforce, which is not yet being tested on board. So that's how the journey started, and every time when you start something, there are obviously roadblocks, and we were all prepared for that. And the first batch went on board, and when they came back after 7.5 months with no complaints, no negative remarks, and the company Maersk was very proud that yes, they have done their contract successfully. I was so happy, I cannot tell you.
It was history in making, Captain.
It was history in making, obviously.
Gentlemen, we are talking about all women batch for officers. It was in 2023, and that was the pilot batch, and after that many more batches have been completed. As a principal, you are shaping the future of Indian seafarers daily. How does it feel to carry the weight of responsibility, knowing that thousands of officers and engineers have passed through these gates?
As I told you, Captain Dharmesh, that more than 1 lakh students have passed from here. And this is a legacy of TS Rahaman. It's been here for 116 years. And the captain superintendents before me have done a wonderful job. And we've actually got everything on platter, to be very honest. Yes, we are moving ahead with the present times. But when I walk in the morning from my house to the office, and when I see all the cadets in the morning, I see the dreams in their eyes. I see what they want to do. And trust me, today's generation, they just need to be channelized. Otherwise, the amount of knowledge, the amount of work they can do is tremendous. So, yes, it's a big responsibility because first what we do here is we get a boy or a girl in campus. From there, we make men and women, then seamen or seafarer. Now we should call seafarer, and then thereafter a good officer. So it's a tremendous responsibility, but I carry with a lot of pride what I am doing today, because when I was a cadet in my training institute, I tried to follow my captain superintendent. What we are today is because of him, and this is what we want to pass to the next generation.
Yes, definitely, Captain. I cannot agree anything more. You are also chairman of Board of Studies Nautical Science and also part of IMU's Executive Council. How do these roles help you drive women empowerment across Indian's maritime ecosystem?
Captain Dharmesh, what happens is when you are at that level, when you're discussing with the top management, when you're discussing with university, you are a part of policy making, and a lot of inputs comes from us from the ground level to the people who make decisions, and in that there are a lot of policy changes we have done, and not only policy changes but a lot of sponsorships which comes, sponsorship in the sense of jobs also, and in the sense of giving financial assistance also. So all these things help when you are at that position.
Yes.
And when you have enough data to support your cause, the industry do come to help you a lot.
Yes, yes. Recently, TS Rahaman created history with the launch of all women's rating batch. What does this milestone mean for you personally and for Indian shipping?
Personally, if you ask me, this was like one of my favorite child. There are many projects which we have done, but this is the favorite because this had a lot of challenges, as you can understand, societal challenges, family challenges, mindset challenges, and we were very proud because, as I told you in the beginning, we are the first one. So we believe to be the first ones in the industry. And when I told this to my chairman, without blinking an eye, he said, yes, we should think about this force also. Women force should also be there. And of course, IMO's motto was there, vision, mission was there, and DG Shipping supported wholeheartedly in this. And I should specially mention DG Shipping, Shri Shyam Jagannathan sir, and all the DG Shipping officers. They were really helpful in coming to where we are right now. And of course, shipping companies, I cannot miss them, because if they wouldn't have been here, this wouldn't have been possible. So there was a lot of work which has gone behind this, though we started in January 2023, but before that, the planning, the monitoring, and then later on the execution of the work was very important. Personally, of course, it gives me immense satisfaction where we are today, and the work is still on. Professionally, yes, see, every side has two coins. So it will have its pros and cons, which we will see in coming future. But as of now, if you see, the 6th batch is out and the 4th batch is going on board. And till date, we don't have any issues as such. So we continue to work harder for this cause.
Gentlemen, we are talking about all women's rating batch. So this is no more something in future. This is already happening. This is the 6th batch, which is in the Training Institute TS Rahaman, and already 4 batches have been on board. They have undergone their cadetship on board, and there are no complaints. History in making, gentlemen. We are here at TS Rahaman. So you led the launch of very first women's ratings batch with scholarships. What was the reaction from shipping companies and from the families? And how did it inspire the next batch?
Okay, so let's start from the grassroots level. First, we went to different parts of India. We wanted to make an awareness campaign. And what we thought, that let's start it from that sector or that section or that part of society where they want to make a mark. So we went to tier 3 cities and we went to villages. We spoke about shipping industry. We spoke about how the shipping industry is helping them in their day-to-day life. Like 90% of the world trade is moving, everything, and how day-to-day living things are being used by them. Then what is being offered in shipping industry. Then actually we needed a lot of support because there were too many gaps. Number one, the parents have to agree.
Yes.
Number two, I need to make this training more lucrative in the sense that there should be job available and there should be some sort of assistance available. So we bridged this gap with talking with shipping industry, and Maersk and other shipping, Maersk, BW, Synergy, they came up in a very big way to support us. So they said we will sponsor. So job was taken care of. There were shipping companies who said we will give financial assistance also. So that was also taken care of. Plus we went individually to certain people who were ready to fund this, provided the girls are of that caliber. So when the funds were also secured, the jobs were also secured, we went to various places, like I told you, tier 3 cities, villages. We did a lot of groundwork, and then we launched our first batch after 6 months. And I clearly remember that we had around 38 applications for totally no applications, and we thought, let's see how much from 38 we get it. We were mindful of the fact that there will be, of course, every coin has two sides, so people will talk about it, that why women in shipping,
Yes.
and especially in rating, how
Yes.
they'll survive. So to eliminate that risk, what we did, we introduced something called PET, Physical Endurance Test.
Oh.
So every boy in training ship Rahaman and every girl in training ship Rahaman undergoes a physical endurance test before entering the college. And the test is same for both boys and girls. So the girls are getting jobs or sponsorships not at the cost of boys, but if they are competent enough, they will get it. From there, they applied for online test, they cleared the exams, they came to TSR, we completed their PET, then interviews, and then the company selected them. So that is how it has been the journey of the girls in rating.
So each girl has actually proved herself, from selection to getting sponsored to going on board. And in TS Rahaman, when they started the groundwork, they create awareness campaigns. They ensured sponsorship is available, job is available. TS Rahaman and Dr. Captain Ashutosh Apandkar spearheaded this mission, and the mission is active now, very successful, and it is ongoing, and it has created history, gentlemen. When these young women cadets first walk into the campus, many are from rural areas, many are from backgrounds with little exposure or no exposure to sea. What is your first thought when you see that determination?
See, if they have come till this level, coming from a village, then crossing all over and coming to a city, obviously you understand that the relatives, friends must have told them not to.
Yes, yes.
There must have been a lot of societal pressures. But if they have come and touched the shores of TS Rahaman, we know that girl is entering with a lot of courage. And to that courage, we only need to give direction. Direction in a right sense, where she'll become a professional and she will have her dreams come true. So there are a lot of stories which I want to tell you on this, which is also on our Instagram channel. But when I see them, it really gives me goosebumps that the girl from a village is coming here and wanting to make a mark in international waters or in a profession where dominated by male. So it gives a lot of satisfaction.
Gentlemen, we have an Instagram page of TS Rahaman. The name of the page is TS Rahaman Official. So Dr. Captain Ashutosh and his team, they usually keep engaging with lot of activities, what is happening in the institute. And lot of this inspirational, motivational stories are out there. So you guys can check out and you will be aware about many more stories, which is put up there. Many more cadets who have traveled, who have done and who have reached so far. So families especially, they often hesitate when daughters say they want to join shipping. From your experience, what message would you like to give to the parents who are still in doubt?
Very good question. And we have been to places like up north, Himachal, northeast, South India, western coast of Maharashtra, and now the next thing is Andaman and Calcutta also. And we do call parents and students together.
Okay.
And what we do is very unique. We take one of the girls from the last batch. Now you'll ask me, what did you do to the first batch? Then we took the girls who were sailing as cadets. We took them to them. So they share their first-hand experience, number one. Number two, we talk about how DG Shipping, how International Maritime Organization, and how the respective shipping companies have got policies, how they adhere to their safety. And that is one of the most important thing which gives them that comfort.
Yes.
That yes, the government is there, the shipping company is there, and the institute is there. Number three, I share my personal experience. I tell them that I have a daughter, and tomorrow if she says I want to join shipping, I'll be the most happiest father. So this is the commitment I have towards my profession.
You lead by an example.
Exactly. So I've been trying to persuade my daughter. Let's see what happens.
Yes, yes. So you have stood on some of the world's biggest maritime stages. I have seen you a lot. From IMO global forums to global conferences, carrying India's voice on gender equality at sea, and being a torchbearer for India. Can you take us to one defining moment when international leaders not only heard you, but truly acknowledged your efforts as a breakthrough for women in shipping and for your other roles for maritime industry?
See, I feel we should keep on doing the work. The accolades and awards will come as we pass by, and I don't think anyone should be aiming for that. But yes, when you do something good and when people acknowledge that, it's a wonderful feeling, I feel. But the best acknowledgement comes from a parent, trust me. When a girl from Chintpurni village in Himachal Pradesh goes to China, and when she comes back and she does something for the parent was a Manrega worker.
Oh,
And she told her dad to stop working now, and she opened up a shop for him. And when the parents call on video and when they cry, those tears are your rewards, that we have changed their life. But yes, coming back to your question, it was great to meet. Of course, this is all because of DG Shipping, IMEI. We were able to meet IMO General Secretary. We were able to talk about our work, and he was so happy to see that. Coming back to our place, DG Shipping, Shyam Jagannathan sir, he's always been very, very supportive. And of course, that support turned into Training Ship Rahaman getting an award as the best institute for gender diversity.
Best Institute for Gender Diversity, gentlemen. T.S. Rahaman has been awarded because of this.
Samudra Manthan Awards, which is done by Bhandarkar Publications.
Yes.
3 times in a row, we have been awarded the Best Maritime Training Institute and also for the gender diversity. This time, our efforts were acknowledged by DG Shipping, and I am so grateful that the DG Shipping appointed me as a nodal officer for Sagar Mein Samman outreach program. And with that outreach program, we went to Northeast this time, a very tough area terrain where
Yes.
we need those people also to come and
Yes,
join
sir.
the mainstream shipping industry. So all these things have been coming in a way, but the satisfaction is when you see a student sailing as an officer or a captain.
I got goosebumps when you spoke about women from rural areas fighting all the battles, the societal pressure and coming to the gates of T.S. Rahaman. Any more such stories or to share with us?
Yes, but first let me tell this girl. So we went to Himachal in a village called Chintpurni, and I was giving a lecture. And generally, whichever place I go, I generally tell them that 10 years down the line, I should be writing an article for you girls from here, that you have gone from, I was in Himachal, so Himachal to Hong Kong. So I make H to H or P to P, something like that.
Yes.
So suppose if I've gone to Calcutta, so I'll say from Calcutta to Canada. So this will be the tagline which I tell them. This is to inspire them basically.
Yes.
So in Himachal, I spoke about Himachal to Hong Kong, and this girl, Muskan, fighting all odds, and as I told you, the father was working as a daily wage worker. She came over here. She did not have money. I should also mention Captain Sanjay Parashar here. He helped her to travel and took care of all the expenses. Of course, she on her own cleared the PET interview, got selected with Maersk, and after 2 months, a tragedy happened. She, while playing, she fell down, and she had an accident, and I think she fractured her arm.
Okay.
But when we sent her to an outside doctor, he gave her a very bad news that your bone is very brittle and it is completely broken and there's some problem and all that stuff. Again, she came to office and she was literally crying that, sir, I have done so much and I have come here and now I have to leave this career. I just told her one thing, you don't leave hopes, we'll see what to do. So this is one doctor, we'll go to someone, second, third opinion we'll take. So she was flown to Chandigarh, and over there they came to know it's a normal fracture. And then immediately she came back with a fractured hand. She was doing all the daily work, all the daily exercises, and she completed her training. And then she immediately got the ship. She went on board, worked for 6 months. Of course, the first salary she got was $500, and she came back immediately, and then first she went home and settled her father, She gave a scooty as a gift to her brother. The photograph is on her Insta channel. And then she came back for second ship. So she said, sir, I'm coming to campus. I said, okay, fine. She came, met, and she said, sir, do you remember you said you will write an article, a girl from Himachal to Hong Kong? I said, yes, I remember. She said, sir, I have not gone to Hong Kong. So I said, that's okay, you will go some other day. She said, no, sir, I'll give you a tagline. Because she is from Himachal, but from Chintapurni. So she said, sir, my first port was China. So you should write from Chintapurni to China. And I was so happy to see that journey or that concept. I said, we are shooting it today only. And this is how we shot her interview that day. And she spoke all about her struggles and everything. And now she's doing a second contract on board. And yes, this gives, you get a tremendous happiness doing all this work.
There's nothing more what we want, this gives us that satisfaction what
Exactly.
we can never get from anything else. Such an inspirational story, gentlemen and all the viewers. To every young woman which is stepping into this industry, doubts and challenges will come. Sir, what is one mantra or one piece of advice that you always give to your female cadets and also to faculties who are female to remind them that they are not just seafarers of 21st century but also symbols of empowerment?
See, there are a lot of, as we discussed earlier, that there are a lot of societal pressures which they face. This will die its natural death now because things are opening up. People are understanding what is happening. But all the time I tell them only one thing. I mean, when you are on board, when you are wearing a uniform, I mean, the professionalism has to be there. We will not see you as a male or female. We will not give you any leeways. It is not expected out of you, and you have to be one step up with your counterparts. I mean, all the time, if you're on toes like that, you will succeed professionally. But the most important thing is, I always tell them, professional and personal should be kept very separate. This is very important, specifically when the world we are living in, and ships are really, the turnaround time is very less. You don't have social life enough, which we understand, but there are other means by which, the companies are taking care. So this is one of the most important thing which I tell them. And of course, I keep on reminding them. We have got WhatsApp group. Everyone is active on that. We keep on motivating them every day, every weekend. If we get time and if their schedule matches, we have video calls also to ask them what is their problem. In the training ship Rahaman, we have a special group called mentor-mentee group.
Okay.
So every faculty in training ship Rahaman is mentor to 8 students. And these 8 students will talk to them about their personal, professional, whatever, anything under the sun they want to talk, they will guide them. And this guidance is there till they get their first COC or COP. And thereafter also they want to continue, not a problem. But compulsorily from our side, this is what we do. So we make sure that first 2, 3 contracts, 4 contracts, we are there with them. If they face any challenges, they can talk to us. If they don't understand certain things, we can, push them up, lift them up. So this is what we are doing for the women empowerment. But yes, the advice what we give is it is gender equality.
Yes.
And it means both the boys and the girls. It is for both, not for only the girls.
So T.S. Rahaman was the first to bring real ship training, simulators, firefighting labs, and marine museum. How do these facilities inspire cadets to visualize their life at sea?
See, as we all know, what is cadetship? It is like giving them it's a pre-sea training. Before going out to sea, what is going to happen, what challenges they're going to face. So obviously, the life is tough. Morning, they get up at 5 o'clock. From there, the PT, drill, parade, everything starts. Then the classes. Then in the evening, again, same PT, drill, parade is there. We got a lot of different types of training for these students. As I told you, we had 2 ships for sailing.
Yes.
Training ship Hasham Sailor and training ship Sindbad. And the cadets used to go out at sea. I think training ship Rahaman is the only institute in India which has got a kilometer of a coastline. and then we can straight away go to the Garapuri caves.
Yes.
So we do take these boys actually out at sea to train them. Our survival training is not done in swimming pool or lake, it is done out at sea. As I told you, we want to be the first in the industry. So we were for firefighting, GMDSS, methanol firefighting, many women in rating program. But we are now going on a very different journey, and we will be starting a course in India which has never been started, and it is going as close as to reality. So it's like handling a ship but not on simulators. So I keep that for the next podcast, what we will be doing, and I'll be inviting you for that. So that's a very unusual training we are going to start. We are already on our way to do that. Yes, but all this rigorous training, as I told you, help them, make them from a boy or a girl to man, woman, seafarer, and then good officers.
Right. So finally, sir, I would like to talk about your vision for future. What is your vision for the next decade of maritime education in India? And how do you see women playing bigger role in shaping the future of global shipping?
Let's start from top. IMO's vision, gender equality, which I'm 100% sure India will achieve. Then come to DG Shipping, come to our Prime Minister Modi ji, DG Shipping. They have a vision 2030 and 2050. 10 years down the line, I'm 100% sure that Indian seafarers who are known for their competence, they will have a better market share. More training institutes will be there. We'll have competition, but a healthy competition is always welcome, so that everyone strives to give the best. The percentage share of women will definitely in next 10 years will go up, and the percentage of Indian seafarers in international market will go up. India is bracing for another different era through Sagar Mein Samman initiatives. DG Shipping has been starting something like Sagar Mein Yog, which is not thought of anywhere in the world. So we'll have a very resilient seafarers, mentally stronger. So I see all the positives. Just to share with you, day before yesterday, I was giving a lecture in Bangalore, and I was specially invited for this school where only the students who are from financially weaker background are being taken and nurtured over there. So shipping was one of the sectors which they wanted to know, and I was sharing the dais with the National Stock Exchange Chairman, Mr. Ashutosh Apandkar, and they do a lot of CSR activities. So he was really mentioning something very important which rings my, is in my mind for a very long time. He said that India is on trust. And he gave a very good example that a person sitting in Northeast is trusting a company. He was giving a stock example. Trusting a company which he has not seen, and he's betting his money. This is where we are. And the number of people joining the financial market. So India is on a boom. If you understand what he meant to say. And of course, every sector goes up. The business sector is going up. The ministry is trying for Sagarmala project. Rivers are connected. Inland water will come up. So I see a lot of opportunities for Indian shipping and the international shipping taking advantage of our systems. Then you see the shipyards coming up, how everything is booming. So yes, we are in an era, and we are very proud to be in an era where India is going to be shining, and we'll see in our lifetime, hope so.
Yes, definitely, Captain.
Thank you, Captain Dharmesh, for coming to TS Rahaman. And as I told you in the starting, that you are actually recording history. And all this archive material will be seen by some future cadets, people, when we are there, not there. So thank you very much, doing a wonderful job. And coming from a seafarer is more important, because then you understand what it is. And definitely our coming generations would benefit from this. So thank you very much, and best of luck for your future podcast.
Thank you, Captain. Thank you for giving us such a good podcast and your honest opinions about everything about maritime industry and about India. Thank you, Captain.
Thank you.
To everyone who is watching this podcast, welcome back to Nav Insider, and let me introduce you to two strong girls who are part of 5th batch of GP rating all girls batch from TS Rahaman. We are in their museum and we are going to talk about their life, about the path they choose, and we are going to know each one of them in detail. Let us start. So Esha, tell us about yourself.
Hello there, I am Esha Antala from Rajkot, Gujarat. I belong to a very typical Gujarati family where the merchant navy or being a seafarer was never a career or never an option. I have never introduced my family, not even my relatives. They don't know about this. So I came from the typical Gujarati culture. You can go with the engineering or a doctor. Being a seafarer was never in my option. I was a biology student, so I started with 12th, had a PCB, and I've secured good marks. But when I got to know about the merchant navy, I selected to switching my career from the biology student to seafaring. That was really tough, and in the starting, my parents were not really agree to choosing this, and it takes time. It takes around 2 to 3 months to convince them. So I give myself time, and I do one thing, like always from the childhood I was very rebellious. So at that time I've realized that being rebellious was not an option. You have to convince them, have to give time, have to understand also them, because their upbringing, my upbringing was totally different. So I give time to them and to me also. These are the things
Okay.
I've done.
So Esha, as you said that you have done 10 plus 2,
Yes.
right? And you
Yes,
have
sir.
done in PCB.
Yes, sir.
So PCB करने के बाद to convince your parents. So if you want to give some tricks to our viewers, you know, if someone wants to join merchant navy, there are other girls out there,
Yes,
and
sir.
they are not able to convince their parents.
Yes, sir.
क्या tips देना चाहोगे आप उनको? What can they do?
Yes, sir. The tips I would like to give is just do like what comes in your mind, and don't be too fast and too quick in taking decisions. Like I've chosen biology because all my friends were choosing. I was not interested in biology from the day I've selected it. So I'll give one tip that make your decisions wisely and take time for think longer.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
Esha is here telling us that she made a mistake by choosing biology, but she was strong enough and she had that guts and strength that she corrected it as soon as she realized.
Yes, sir.
And she is not from the rat race that just once the decision is made then she continued. She corrected herself whenever she realized, and now she is here in TS Rahaman. We have next with us Sanskruti. So Sanskruti is also the part of 5th batch of GP rating in TS Rahaman. Sanskruti, tell us about yourself.
Yes, my name is Sanskruti and I'm from Nashik, and I come from a very middle class family where they are not convinced about merchant navy as a, and my family belongs to a very poor background also. So they are just being protective about me, that if a girl is going in this field then she might get hurt or she might be caught in some danger, and what if we lose her or something. So they were not very convinced about my decision, and it took me almost 3 months to convince them.
3 months and you
Yes.
didn't give up
Yes, I didn't, because
because you wanted to be
yes,
here.
and I've chosen merchant navy since I completed my 10th standard. I thought I will complete my 10th standard and I will join GP rating and get into easily. But I never got through that phase that my family will be like, no, don't do that, and you have to only choose engineering or you have to choose some other paths. Don't go away from us. That was their point. They just wanted me to be close to them so that I just don't get fumbled over here and there. And so it took me 3 months, but in the last my mom was like, ये तो सुनने वाली नहीं
नहीं
हमारी बात. So and then I said, Mom, see, I will do this or nothing else. So don't try to convince me in anything else. So I just keep persistence in my life, and that is all.
So she stood by her decision no matter what came her way, and she managed to convince her parents prior joining this. She also said that she continued that for a period of 3 months. It takes a lot to do that, and she has joined GP rating after completing her 10th. So we saw
I wanted to join up to 10th, but my parents were like, try completing your education more and then think about this career. But I said after 12th, no, I have to do this only, so I will go through this path.
Okay. So in her mind it was very clear what she wants to do. So she didn't wait to even complete her 12th.
Yes.
And she is now standing tall in campus of TS Rahaman. She has got used to the routines of TS Rahaman, and she is one of the girl cadet here in the GP rating batch. Very soon she is going to be passed out, and she is going to get selected also. So when are your campus selections, by the way?
So we already have our selections done.
So both the girls are already sponsored. So they have got job security. So as soon as they complete their training here, they are going to be placed on board. So which company you guys are sponsored with?
So we are from Maersk Lines.
Maersk Line. So everyone might be aware about the initiative of Maersk Line in the empowerment of women in shipping. So this is live example what we are seeing in TS Rahaman. Both the girls are sponsored. And when are you going to pass out from this batch?
In December.
December 2025 will be the batch. Both the girls are going to pass out. So I wish you luck for all your future endeavors, and rest assured this story will inspire many when it will go live. Keep working hard, and you will achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining us on Nav Insider.
Thank you, sir.
day. So now we have next two cadets from the same batch, same 5th GP rating batch at TS Rahaman. We have Siddhi with here and Shivanshi with here. So Siddhi, introduce yourself.
Myself, Siddhi Rahul. I am from Mumbai. I was born and brought up in Mumbai itself, and I have done 10+2 in PCV. Okay. Same situation like the other girl. And so I didn't know all these things, like for DNS and BSc I have to do PCM 10+2, but so I chose PCB in 10+2, and later on when I got to know that I have to do PCM, and so I was little demotivated that what I'll do now. So that time my father supported me and he got my back.
So you are telling me your parents supported you, your father supported you.
Yes.
And we are hearing now to empower women in maritime industry. The girls who want to join, they are facing challenges in their home first with their family, and then comes the society. With you, it was not the same case.
No, it was not the same case. Actually, from childhood, it was my dream to sail, and I always wanted to be I had a dream of being a captain. But later on, when I realized that I can't do BSc or DNS, so that time I was demotivated, and that time my father told me that if you can't do DNS or BSc, you can still do GP rating, and you'll have to struggle little more, but you can achieve your dream. So at that time, he supported me so much, and yes, I got into this batch.
So what is your father's name?
Deepak.
So Mr. Deepak, I personally would like to thank you and appreciate. It takes a lot as a father to have that strength and to support the daughter in the way you have done. So hats off. Alright, let us have Shivanshi next. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hello sir, my name is Shivanshi Tiwari and I belong from Kanpur. But later on I moved to Delhi for doing job as an admin executive, and I worked in corporate for almost 3.5 years.
So
yeah.
You have studied what?
Graduation, BBA.
So you have done BBA.
Yes.
After your BBA, you have even worked.
Yes, I was managing the whole office.
And not just one year, 3.5 years.
Because I was I should be independent as soon as I can. I want to pay my own bills. I don't want to be the burden upon my parents for paying any kind of bill for me. And during graduation also, I was doing a freelancing sort of things like writing content and.
So you have that thing to be an entrepreneur from the very start.
Yeah. I was interested in being independent only. Not doesn't matter what's the designation or whatever. So I was doing since my graduation time only, and my parents always supported me. But there was something always which I was missing, like I have to take leaves to go out and to enjoy the world outside, to roam here and there. So that's why I was not that much satisfied in my job. Later on I got to know from my uncle. He is also a chief officer right now. He is sailing on Indian vessels. And I just spoke to him regarding my interest in the merchant navy. So he told me that yes, you can go in the career, but as you belong from a commerce background, so that can be a little bit challenging from you at the starting, but you can do that if you want. So I chose that part, and after that I just reached my parents regarding this and told them that I want to go in this career, and they just told me that whatever you want to do, we are with you here. And even after that, if you are not feeling well, if you are feeling disappointed, we are here. The doors of the home are open to you. So that is all.
Can you tell the name of your parents in front of camera?
Especially I want to tell about my mother. She is a homemaker, but she has completed graduation in B.Ed. But she always supported us to do education in a English medium school and just go beyond the limits and don't be stereotypes, and just give the answer to the questions of the people around you, that you cannot do this, you cannot do that. So I just want to say thanks to my mother, Mrs. Jayalakshmi Tiwari, and my father, Mr. Mahesh Tiwari.
So Mrs. Jayalakshmi Tiwari and Mr. Mahesh Tiwari, this is what his success looks like, and this is just a part now. Your daughter is going to be more and more successful and going to climb those steps and succeed in her life. It is all because of your support. So thank you very much for that. So as you both of you said that you have pretty different background. You have work experience and you are from commerce. You have done PCB.
Yes.
And you said me one thing that you want to be a captain one day. All right. So in my sailing career, I'll give some personal advice. So I have sailed through numerous crew, numerous nationalities, people from all the backgrounds, all the religion. And throughout my sailing career, I have met, you can say, around maybe close to 35 individuals who spoke that they want to be captain one day. So what they were speaking, that was not resonating well with what they were actually doing in life. But at the same time, I have met these two individuals. Their actions were matching what they were speaking. So their intent was very clear from the start. So they are now sailing as officers. One of them is sailing as a captain, and his name is Captain Abhishek Patwardhan. So when I was a deck cadet on a ship, Abhishek Patwardhan, he was sailing as an ordinary seaman. But that time he was clear in his mind that he will also take command of the ship one day. And today he is in command. He's sailing on container ships. So that is very much possible. You just have to align your vision with your actions. You should not forget this. That is what I would advise you. Now, Siddhi, can you tell me what was your I can do this moment here?
I can do this moment. Like from childhood, I was brought up as like I don't have a brother. I have two sisters. So my two elder sisters, and I am the youngest one. I am also the youngest one in my batch. So my parents always brought up me as a like beta of a family. So I was always like मुझे ये करना ही है, मुझे ये करना ही है. And my dad is like ये मेरा बेटा ये करके ही रहेगी. And when I came here, I faced a lot of challenges like in strength. Like girls are little weak in strength, like as compared to boys. Not weak, but as compared to boys. So we have many like things to do here, like climbing mast and mooring operations which we do. So one thing I would like to share is climbing the mast. We were doing practical on the deck. We have deck in our college, so we were doing practical, and that time my instructor told me to go up on the mast and tie the bosun chair. So I was like little nervous if I can do this, but then I remember the words of my father, ये मेरा बेटा ये करके ही रहेगी. So I climbed the mast and tied the bosun chair and came down, and I was like, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of my dad. Like he said those words and I remembered those words. That's why that was the reason I can do this today.
Yes. So girls are not just making it, they are killing it at TS Rahaman. Gentlemen, you are seeing many inspiring stories. More stories to come your way. Thank you Siddhi, and thank you Shivanshi. It was nice to have you on Nav Insider. I wish you good luck for all your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
So now the GP rating girls, the girls from 5th batch of GP rating, they have completed, and now we have Mukta. She is from first year BSc batch. And we have with us Yashashvi
from DNS batch.
From first year DNS batch. So to all the viewers, BSc batch, BSc is a 3 years course which leads to ultimately from cadet to captain. BSc in Nautical Science, and another one is Diploma in Nautical Science. It is a 1-year course at college, and then eventually that is also leading to the same path. So we have two cadets here at TS Rahaman. Let's begin. So Mukta, introduce yourself.
Sir, so my name is Mukta Purandare. I live in Pune. I completed my 12th PCM from Dr. Cyrus Poonawalla International School. So basically, I started to like this career or pursue more about it after my 12th standard. I started to research more about maritime industry and merchant navy. So, and I eventually came across this institute, and I found it very interesting, very adventurous to be in this field. This is what has got me here.
Thank you, Mukta. We have Yashashvi with us next. Please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good day. My name is Yashasvi Avinash Thakur. I belong to Nava. I have studied my studies at LKM School, Lady Khatun Mariam School, which is in Nava, up to 12th, which is CBSE affiliated board. And as I say, as belong to Nava, I am since daily the cadets who come to pre-sea training over here at training ship Rahaman. The female cadets inspired me a lot to join this course. So I decided to join this course over here, and I also took 1 year drop for joining the course. Within that 1 year gap, Captain Dr. Ashutosh Apandkar sir also guided me a lot regarding this course. That's all about it.
So this is one live example where Dr. Captain Ashutosh Apandkar has been torchbearer of maritime industry. So how did you reach here? Could you tell me your story, like your parents supported? How are you part of this batch?
So my parents have always supported my every decision. So when I told them about Merchant Navy, they had supported me. And then after that, I started researching about institutes which are good or which rank on the very top level in India. And I came across this institute, and eventually I gave the exam and the interview for this, and I was selected. When I came here to visit this institute, I was highly influenced by the infrastructure and the quality of faculty they have. All the cadets here were all in top-notch uniforms, and that really inspired me to join this institute.
If you want to tell to our viewers, how can they go ahead and join? If some girl who is watching you, can you tell step-by-step procedure if she wants to join any course with TS Rahaman? How can she do that?
Yes, sure. So TS Rahaman has a social media handles like Instagram, Facebook, and they also have an official website. So every time when they drop a new notification, the website is informed about it. For example, for BSc, they dropped a notification before the ending of academic year that we have to start filling the forms. The forms were released. So once we fill the forms, we receive an email about the interview, and a date is scheduled, and the faculty here, they take your interview. Similarly, for every other course, they launch a form, and you have to fill it up, and then your date for interview is fixed.
All right. If you could send one short, heartfelt message to your family right now from this podcast, what would you say?
So I would like to thank them for supporting me. Even at the darkest nights, they were with me. They supported me. They never let me give up on my dream. That's what has strengthened me through this journey. So thank you so much for that.
That was Mukta. Thank you for joining us on Nav Insider. Thank you, Mukta, and thank you, Yashashvi.
Thank you, sir.
So now we have with us another girl cadet who is in second year BSc Nautical Science. We have Atika Ahmed with us. Atika, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Warm greetings to everyone watching me. This side Cadet Atika Ahmed, currently pursuing Bachelor's in Nautical Science from Training Ship Rahaman, established in 1910.
Thank you, Atika. If you could describe life at TS Rahaman in 2 words
Okay.
and explain why you chose it.
If I had to describe Training Ship Rahaman in 2 words, I think it would be challenging and mesmerizing. Challenging, I would say, because the previous Atika, which came here 1 year and 2 months ago, to be precise, was very different. Not that disciplined, not that determined, but the cadet Atika which Training Ship Rahaman has made me now is very different. Being disciplined, being punctual, ready to thrive on every challenges, ready to shine and thrive. And the reason I chose TS Rahaman would be it's the very first institute to be established in South Asia, and also because of its worldwide recognition and the discipline which it contains. And also I would say the Training Ship Rahaman campus is very mesmerizing. It's very soothing to the eyes. The nature here, the greenery here, the sea view here is awesome.
You cannot get life like this. So you are going to miss this campus once you are passed out from here.
When I'm onward, I'm definitely going to miss this campus, but still I would be getting good sea views.
But you will have definitely many stories to remember after you are passing out from TS Rahaman. Also now, one quick question. Society often says shipping is not for women. Even today, we are in 2025. If you had the power to break one myth about women in maritime forever, which one would you destroy?
I think the myth of women not being shipping is me being the proof, destroying the myth that I am as a woman, as a female, sitting here giving a podcast, being in this maritime field. But yes, I would agree that society is not very much in favor of girls joining this field. They have this thing कि अरे ये तो लड़की है, कैसे join करेगी? मर्चेंट नेवी तो लड़कों की फील्ड है, मेल डोमिनेटेड इंडस्ट्री है, घर से दूर रहेगी. Even when I wanted to join this field, there were many people who raised concerns and questions. But once I wore this uniform, full in white with epaulets and the P-cap, the only thing I could see was the pride in my parents' eyes.
Thank you, Atika. Thank you for describing about what is going on, and thank you for busting the myth which lies in many people said today in 2025 also. So as I can make out that most of you are coming from various backgrounds, from various family backgrounds, from various places, various parts in India. I want to know, Shivanshi, who is your role model in the maritime world, and how does the story of your role model guide you through tough days?
While I was going through the research work of what is merchant navy and all sort of things, so I got to know about Miss Radhika Menon, and I have gone through her career in merchant navy, and she is very, very inspiring person, not just because she is a woman. She is very courageous person, and she saved a lot of lives of the fishermen.
Shivanshi is talking about Captain Radhika Menon, who is first female captain of India in merchant navy. Please continue.
Yeah. So I got to know about her that during her journey in becoming the captain and becoming a trainee in merchant navy career, she was facing a lot of obstacle in her journey. The people around her just spoke to her that you can't do this, you can't do that, because just you are a woman. So she just answered to all the questions or all the doubts of those people who just said all these things to her. So that makes me more motivated to be a part of merchant navy and join, and also just break the stereotypes sort of things.
Thank you so much, Shivanshi, for answering this. So next question is for you, Atika. Was there ever a moment during your training, maybe in simulator, maybe during the drills, maybe during firefighting, when you broke down and you thought, I can't do this? What gave you strength to rise again?
I think if I had to say that one moment, it would be during my STCW at the end of SEM 2 during FPFF, which is firefighting course. We were told to wear scuba, and there was a drill, firefighting drill, in which we used to climb stairs and go through the entire portion wearing that scuba, and we had to extinguish that fire. While climbing down the stairs, I climbed up already. Now I had to climb down. When I reached the top, I was like, okay, I need to take out this scuba. I can't do this. But then I thought, it's just 1 minute more. And if I give up, I give up. In this field, I can't give up, and I have to do it. So I just did it. And after completing it, I was much proud.
Very inspirational, Atika. Thank you for sharing your story. So next one we have for you, Mukta. Describe one day at TS Rahaman, from hostel mornings to evening sea view, that made you feel, yes, this is where I belong. If you could freeze that moment on camera forever, what would it be?
So days at TS Rahaman are very hectic but also interesting at the same time. So when we wake up in the mornings, we have PT drills, parade.
What time you guys wake up, if I may ask?
The PT starts at 6 a.m. in the morning, so we should be up till 5:30 a.m. So we have swimming lectures or PT parades in the morning, continued by the classes. And after that, we sometimes have PT parades, or we are given offs, continued by the study classes, study lectures. So a moment I would like to freeze is during a sunset. So when we get back to our hostel rooms, we have a very beautiful view of sea link from our hostel rooms. So when we see the sun setting from the sea link, it's very mesmerizing, and we always like to capture it in our cameras and also in our eyes.
Definitely, you have much more sunsets and much more beautiful sunsets to see in your life.
Yes.
When you are going to join ships. Also, Mukta, what is that one new quality or strength you have discovered about yourself since you have joined this training?
After I joined TS Rahaman, I believe I'm practicing a lot of patience in myself. Before coming here, I was very impatient. I used to take decisions very quickly without thinking. But after I came here, I discovered that I'm being very patient. I start thinking about it, and I just try to calm myself down in any situation. It must be any hard situation or any easy situation. I try to calm myself down, and then I try to answer it or face it.
So I guess now you guys would be, everyone, all the viewers who are watching would definitely agree that merchant navy is not just a profession, it is a lifestyle, and you can see the lifestyle changes, what inculcates, what starts from the very day cadet joins the institute and cadet is passed out, and that continues forever throughout his sailing career. Thank you so much for your time and answering all the questions. Wish you good luck for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Asia has a senior male cadet or any faculty member here at TS Rahaman ever surprised you with an unexpected support, like holding your gear, motivating you after a tough drill? How did that moment change your perspective?
Yes, I remember one incident when we are doing the mooring operation where we have to heave the line from ship to the jetty. That was an operation we have to do. So first, I was doing that first time and my rope got fouled. So I don't know the technique and what I have to do. One of my senior faculty which helped me. Yeah, that was such a small gesture, but it shocked me. Like being helpful and give some courage can change what you are doing, and it can motivate you to do further and don't give up on yourself. So yeah.
So she's talking about fouling of mooring rope, mooring hawser. So gentlemen, mooring hawser can range anywhere from 55 mm to 85 mm. That much thick mooring rope that we have to moor our vessel whenever we are at jetty, and when that fouling means tangling. So you have to clear that foul, and she's specifying about that incident that happened with her during her training.
Yes, sir.
Sanskruti, do you carry small reminder of home, a photo, a note, any small item that helps you through homesick nights? What is it? Where do you keep it?
Yes, sir. I do carry a small reminder of my home. I have a cute little photograph of my family and my 2 pet cats. Whenever I feel homesick, especially in quiet nights, I'll take a look at it, and it keeps me encouraged and more motivated to my tough training and day-to-day life. And whenever I miss them, I just take a look at it, and I feel very happy and comfortable at my home.
Definitely, family photograph keeps us going through all the battles in life. So Siddhi, what is the most powerful life lesson you have learned here at TS Rahaman? Not from books, but from living this journey.
The life lesson which we have learned here is pressure isn't our enemy, it's a teacher, and discipline isn't a restriction, it's freedom, and resilience isn't just surviving but thriving in the storms. And TS Rahaman taught us this. TS Rahaman doesn't only teach us like maritime skills but also teaches us life skills which no books or no exams can ever measure.
So this is what we learn here when we are training out here in TS Rahaman, and these are the lessons what we carry forward when we go to sail and fight the storms. Yashashvi,
Yes, sir.
when was the first time you truly felt proud, not just as a trainee but as someone shaping her own future at sea?
Okay. The first time I truly felt proud, not just as a trainee but a cadet, is a time when I stood in uniform in the front of officers and my seniors. It was not just a uniform which is a stitch of piece of cloth. It's a responsibility that we must carry during a sail, because all the crew members' life depend on us. So that's the major thing, and it's discipline. We have to be disciplined through the route, and also reminds me that my journey to becoming an officer while sailing at sea.
Thank you, Yashashvi. So as you were talking about responsibility, you make a note of that which each stripe which will keep adding on your shoulder. More and more responsibilities are going to stripe, so your shoulders should be strong enough to handle it, along with growing ranks and growing stripes on your shoulder. Isha, what is that one small thing at TS Rahaman that always makes you smile?
Yes, sir. As we all know, the TSR campus is situated on the shore of Arabian Sea. So we always get to admire beautiful scenarios, sunset and sunrises, and very mesmerizing views. That is the one part of the campus beauty. But the another part is friendliness with the little bit spike of discipline. Like we get to use with the faculties, not in any friendly way, but they also guide us, they motivate us, and never let us down. So they are the only supporters we are here. So we are far from our homes, so they guide us to daily belong.
Thank you, Isha. Let us have a quick rapid fire Q&A with the cadets. One word to describe your first day at TS Rahaman.
The only one is discipline, discipline, and discipline.
Over to Isha. Which subject class do you secretly enjoy the most?
MEK, Marine Engineering Knowledge, best.
Harder to survive without tea, coffee or Wi-Fi?
Neither. I can survive on my passion.
First thought when you wear your uniform?
I feel more confident, stronger, and unstoppable.
One ship you dream of sailing on?
Any ship that challenges me.
If not merchant navy, which carrier would you choose?
Doesn't matter. I was born to sail.
If you become a captain one day, your first command to crew would be?
I would say respect each other and believe in yourself.
So let us wrap this rapid fire with the cadets, female cadets at TS Rahaman. I hope you loved it.